Morning, welcome to another episode of Fishing with Steve. We are back on the banks on what is probably my favourite day ticket carp fishing venue in the country, Tooman Fisheries. We're on the Specimen Lake and we're after one target fish today, and that's the cut-tail common. 5 years I've been chasing this fish. I haven't caught it yet. It's been out 3 times. I've seen it on the bank, all to me mate Harry. I haven't had it myself yet, but today that might all change. Fingers crossed. Let's see if we can catch it. Oh, beautiful. For those of you who haven't seen my previous videos on Tooman's, just let me give you the rundown. Tooman's has 4 lakes, 2 match lakes, a course lake, and my favourite, the Specimen Lake. It's a one rod flow fishing only venue, and the fishery supply a landing net and a hook and cradle. Today, as I said, I'm on the Specimen Lake and there's no carp in here to 18 pound. I've chosen peg 16 and 4 for the water, and I just can't wait to get started. I'm into my first fish of the day. Float didn't even go under, and I just lifted up into some way. So whether I just picked up the bait and took her under or not, or whether it's foul hooked, I'm not sure. I think it may be foul hooked. The float hadn't gone under at all. Let's see now. Oh, you go. You have a hell of a scrap on this lake here, it's great. Hopefully I haven't foul hooked it, and it was just that I was just picking up the bait as I lifted the rod. I was actually just going to change over baits and come into from the outside line to the inside line. No, she's not foul hooked. She's literally just looks like a nice common. Let's let the rod do the work. It's crazy how they just fight you under the rod tip. It says you can only give them a certain amount of welly because we're on light gear. 8 pound line, size 12 hooks. It's not a bad fish actually, I don't think. It's going to go to count of itself anyway. It's an old warrior. An old warrior. Come on. Let's go. Get in Danny. Happy days. Nice little common. Get in. First fish of the day, didn't know much about it. 7 pound common. Took the bait just as I was lifting the rod to bring it in to change the position of the float. And yeah, must have literally just picked up the bait. The float hadn't budged yet, and lifted into it. I thought it was foul hooked because the float hadn't gone under, but no, it wasn't. She had taken the bait all right. Yeah, happy days. Lovely little common, really dark, probably one of the older fish in here. As it says, £7. Absolutely cracking. At least we didn't blank. I was getting worried there for a while. We're a couple of hours in and hadn't had a fish on the bank yet, so yeah, at least we hadn't blanked. Absolutely beautiful common. Let's get it back. Well, lads, good afternoon. It's just gone 12:10 and it's an extremely slow day today, especially here for Toomans. This southeasterly wind is absolutely bitter. It's freezing and I don't think it's helping much at all. I am fishing just off the back of the wind, peg 16, and the wind is blowing across me, coming off my back and straight across the lake. So but yeah, it's a bitterly cold one. I've had a couple of bites that I've missed, and they have been very finicky bites. I mean, like little taps, and then it'll shoot under. So they could have even been liners with the fish moving in around on the bait and stuff that I'm putting out. I'm going to persevere though. So I'm baiting up two sort of sections, two swims, of one on the long line that's out, probably only about 2 or 3 rod lengths out, and that's in 4 foot of water. And then I've one of the margins here that I've been baiting up since I got here. Now the margin swims normally don't kick in until kind of late in the afternoon. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that this margin swim kicks into life a little bit later on. But yeah, unusual for Tooman specimen lake. The guys on the match and the lake next door have just kicked off. They're fishing from 12 till 5. There's a match on in there. There's 11 or 12 guys fishing it. So be interesting to see how they do, but a whole different ball game in there. 150 to 200 pound of fish even in March on Paddy's Day like today on a cold day isn't a regular in that lake. So just give you a quick rundown on what I'm using here. So the rod I'm using is an 11-foot ignition pellet Wagner from Preston Innovations. It's actually one I bought here at the tackle shop here at Tooman's probably about 2 years ago. And then I'm using the Lacoma Barbarian BN55 reel. It's a little 3000 reel with a rear drag on it, which is probably needed here. So if you're going to take your eye off the float, because rods have been pulled in. Not my rods, but I've seen other people's rods being pulled in here. So yeah, so hook size is size 12 barbless. Barbless hooks only here in Tooman's. Down to 2 small number 1 shot, just as the bulk shot down at the end. My waggler then is just a 5 gram Drennan clear waggler. It's a loaded waggler, and it's just held on at probably about 6 inches over depth with 2 float stops. That's all down onto 8 pound main line all the way through. So simple fishing. So what I'm using today is a lot of the fishery's own pellet, 4 mils, some sweet corn and a lot of hemp. And that's what I'm using as kind of my ground bait and attractions, because what I wanted to do is I wanted to draw in the carp and let them get them grubbing around looking for food particles, and but not filling them up too much, because it's St. Patrick's Day and we're still in March. It's a very cold day today. The weather is still only picking up, so I want to get them grubbing around looking for the food. I don't want to fill them up too much, and I want my luncheon meat to be the biggest piece of food right out there. And hopefully that's what they'll go and pick up. So that's the theory. Let's see if it works. Last 10 minutes. I hooked into second fish of the day. Doesn't feel that big, but you know what, it's very, very welcome. Happy days. Looks like another comment. It is another comment. That's it, babe. In you go, in you go. Oh no, it's not ready yet. Oh, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Scrap off these with the light gear. There's very little you can do. Once you get it underneath a rod tip, it'll just wallow. Just let the rod do this work. It's a cracking rod for this. This one on a piece of luncheon meat. There's nothing you can do with it. Just have to play as best you can. We're nearly there. Get in. Get in that net. Get in. Oh, that's not a bad fish at all. That might even go double. Get in, you dancer. There you go, guys. There you have it. Last knockings. Double figure. Second fish of the day. Another common. Absolutely cracking. £11, 10 ounce. Oh, am I happy that we got that one. Oh, yeah, she's an absolute cracker. Came on luncheon meat. Literally, there's about 10-15 minutes left to lie before we start having to pack away. And yeah, absolutely delighted. I thought it was going to be just a oneer today, but no, this double can be great scrap underneath the rod tip again on this light gear. But yeah, absolutely cracking. Happy days. She is a beaut. Look at that. Absolutely cracking. Alright, let's get her back. Now, thank you very much. There she goes. Well, that's it. That's all we've got time for. We're just losing the light, although it might not look good on the camera. It's getting fairly dark now, and we have to be off this lake by dusk. Just want to thank Tony and Lewis for having me here again today. It was a hard day's fishing. We ended up with 2 fish out to £11, 10 ounces. And that 7 pounder that we had earlier on, 2 commons. Hard day's fishing for 2 fish. It really was. But yeah, listen, it's been bitterly cold for the whole day. That easterly wind just killed the fishing off. But yeah, do you know what? It's still been enjoyable. It's been an enjoyable Paddy's Day. So that's it. I'm going to pack away the rest of the gear now. Get all the camera gear into the car. Get on the road. Get the heating turned up full blast. And get home. And guys, as always, thanks for watching. If you like this sort of content, do check out my other videos on the channel. And if you don't mind, please give this one a like, subscribe, and do hit that bell to get the notifications when I do my next upload. And until then, if you're out on the bank, tight lines.